How should we interpret Revelation? Is it symbolic, just symbolism, or should we take it literally? Well, I look at the first chapter and I think it gives us an indication where it says, hey, there are things that are happening now, and then there are things that are going to happen in the future. And so I actually would say both. I actually approach that the way I approach other scripture, but because of the symbolism and the way that that's laid out, that I would actually say there's so much in there behind the scenes that I would not take that as an application.
Yeah, and I think I heard you say once, how many times in the book of Revelation does John use the word like? It's like a lion, or it's like a beast, or it's like a serpent. And I mean, you think about this guy, 2,000 years ago that is seeing a vision, and it could have been very literal, but he has no words for something that maybe, like we would say, like a jet or a rocket or something that flies in the air. So he says, well, it's like a bird or it's like a beast. And I think he's trying to describe it 2,000 years ago, something that is happening way off in the future. So I think it's a both and I think it's a little bit of a combination, because he's probably seeing literal events and literal things, but he has no words for it, so he has to use symbolic language, which we often do.
Yeah, it's like is used 52 times.
Yeah.
Him trying to explain to us what he's seeing.
Right.
And so that's where you want to hold those things, again, very loosely.
Well, I used to think when I first became a Christian, I'd think, what if somebody showed me a revelation of something, what the world would look like 2,000 years from now? How would I even describe that to my peers? Well, they, probably wouldn't believe me to begin with, but it's tough. And I think we have to approach, that's why you said earlier, hold on lightly to this, because this is tricky stuff.
The best illustration I can think of for this is we were missionaries in Papua New Guinea for all those years, as you know, and trying to explain to people who were living very isolated in a jungle what a skyscraper is, what a 6-lane interstate is, what the technology, phones, computers, all of that, there was no context. And so really tried to explain it, but man, what a limitation linguistically, but then also things that you've never seen before, really hard to explain to someone who hasn't seen it.
Yeah.